come to the Salt Spring Island Public Library to talk to Karen Hudson, the Chief Librarian. We're going to discuss my book launch that's taking place in 10 days. I brought my book so I could get a picture with Karen and I and the book, and I'm very excited to talk to her about what the whole process is. The library has been incredibly supportive. I'm a bit nervous about the book launch, but I know that it's part of the marketing and promotion of my book, and so I'm looking forward to it. The library is brand new. Well, not brand new. It was built, it replaced our old library, and it's absolutely beautiful. And you can see the gorgeous architecture. So I'm just going to head in now and find Karen and have a conversation with her.
Hi, Sheena.
I'm so happy to be here today to talk about my book launch.
Yeah, me too. It's wonderful. Really excited. Coming up quick.
Very quickly, in 2 weeks. Oh no, less than 2 weeks.
That's right.
Yeah, in February 12th, I should do a book launch. And I was really kind of freaked out about the whole process. And then I realized, well, maybe I should do a book launch at the library.
Yeah, we love to have local author book launches here. Since we opened the new building, we've got this wonderful program room, and we like to be the go-to place for local author book launches. We really support our local authors, and we've had several new initiatives to try to support local authors here.
That's really terrific, because this is my first book, and I already donated 2 copies to the library, and people are already taking it out, which has just made me feel really good when I found that out. But I was a bit still afraid a little bit, I guess, about my written work being out in the public and standing up in front of people, even though I don't mind doing that. Usually as a writer I feel a bit inhibited. Maybe a lot of writers feel that way, but this process has been relatively straightforward. So I got a hold of you, and then you made a Facebook page, which I shared with my friends, and then you encouraged me to put it in the Driftwood calendar, and also some other things that I'm going to be doing. Like, I think I'm going to be advertising on the Exchange.
Yeah, and it's our society has become so complex, and people are getting so much information that I was at a conference a few years ago, and I heard something that really stuck with me, is that people need to see things 3 times for them to remember. And so if you think of, the power of 3, really the library website, the Salt Spring Exchange, and Facebook, but you also really need something for other people. So an article in the Driftwood, a poster, something that's more the written word that they don't have to look on their computer. So, we've been doing this for 4 years now, and we find you've got to really get the different mediums, because everyone learns in different ways.
Exactly, and that's one of the reasons I decided to set up a YouTube channel, was when I realized how many people like videos, and I thought I would video this process, so to help other people, even if they feel a bit intimidated by it. And the other thing I can do is send out a message, an invitation to my email list that I have.
Absolutely.
People that will be interested in coming.
Those personal contacts are so key. And we have at the library, what we're trying to do is get a community of authors going. In the old library, there was an author's tea. And a couple of times since the new building's opened, some local authors have said to me, can we resurrect the author tea? And so last year we had a great summer student, and we said, hey, let's do the tea. And all we did was provide the room, get some great refreshments made locally, and give them a room. And all the people came and said, oh, I think we had 63 authors come out just from a few emails.
Wow,
and they said, and it was a great day. So for once we used the porch off the program room, and they said, well, what do we do? And I said, there's no program. But they asked me again and again, and they were just so thankful. There wasn't anything to do. It was just to meet and talk with the other authors, and we just provided a venue. And so that's been a great thing. And then we said, and we're going to do this every year. And they were so grateful. But it's like, you do the hard work of writing the book. We are really appreciative that the books are donated to us, especially when people make audiobooks and give them to us because of the high cost of audiobooks. Most authors will check in every few years, see if we need a replacement book. Right? Dan Jason came in yesterday and said, hey, my old book, which was out of print, has been republished. Here's 2 copies. I wouldn't have even known about that book, and it's going out in our collection on Tuesday. Right?
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, so it's really great, this, working together that we're doing.
It is, and you made it really easy. You booked me into the room for an hour on Sunday. I had choice of time, and I'm going to read I'm going to read from my book and then answer questions, and you made suggestions on how to set up the room. So I felt really comfortable with the whole process.
Yeah, and I've got some good news is I've been trying to recruit some program ambassadors, a new volunteer position at the library, and one of my program ambassadors said he would like to come out and just kind of be an extra library volunteer at your event.
Oh, that's fabulous. That's fantastic.
So I just found that out this morning in an email.
Oh, that's exciting.
Because we like to do that. We like to be there and just have a library person, and it takes the pressure off you too, right? Especially on a time that the library isn't open.
Yes, and I will, of course, have to learn how to open up the library and get into the room.
Yeah, but you'll have one other person there,
Yeah,
just to help and corral people to put the chairs away at the end, right?
How important do you think it is to actually do a book launch?
I think it's important, and I think what it does is it gives you a platform, right? You just put the book out, well, it's on the shelf, or you put some things online, but if you do a book launch, it gives you a reason to do all this. It gives you a reason to be out on the exchange and Facebook and whatever it is that you want to do, and it gives your friends a place to come and support you, right? And to tell their friend. And Salt Spring's really supportive of its local authors, right?
Yes.
And we found out actually in the old building that people come in the library and they look for the Canada stickers when they don't know what to read. So we invented a Salt Spring Island sticker.
Oh.
And that goes on, it's on your book out there, and it's the Salt Spring flag. Like our Canada stickers are the Canada flag. And now we have a Salt Spring, and when you fold it back over the book, the inside of the Salt Spring flag is just like the Canada flag. And so people will grab those off the shelf.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, it's fun.
Oh, that's really.
Yeah.
The other question I had is, do other libraries in the province or Canada-wide do this, provide this service to authors?
Some do, and I work really closely with the other library directors in British Columbia. I have gone to the CLA, which is the Canadian Library Association conference, but it's kind of more of a management level. But I go to the BC Librarians Conference every year as well. And I've been watching what Vancouver does, because we have so many authors in BC and out west. And so what the Vancouver Public Library did was they've gone to a little bit of a different model, that they're providing the space for authors and they're helping with some things, but they're counting on the author to do a lot. And so that's kind of you wouldn't know it, but that's kind of this year's kind of new, iteration of what we were doing, because we found last year when it wasn't really clear who was doing what, and so we made a new form this year just to kind of say, okay, we'll do this, you do this, and everybody's really loving it. And then if we do something that we didn't say we were going to do, people are just grateful, but it kind of makes it more of a partnership, right?
Yes.
Because we only have 3 staff people here. We just don't have the resources for the huge number of people who are writing and launching books.
Oh yeah, no kidding, right? It's such
a lot.
It is a lot. It is.
So, but that's really working. We're in, starting month 2 of this new model, and it's going really well. And just saying, hey, we welcome you having you here. We'd love to have your book, but we need you to come in and get the keys and get the code and kind of be the one responsible. And until this morning, it was going to be just you kind of doing your thing with some library promotion, and now luckily I've got someone that I can come out to the event.
That's just terrific.
Yeah.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to it. I'm still a little bit nervous, but it does make it real for me.
Yes.
And gets me organized to start thinking about other book promotions I can do.
Yeah, and it's, I think it's good for authors too, because really I think a large percentage of authors are introverts, right? They're people who are at home writing, and making them step out and meet people. I think the kind of give and take and the feedback and that whole process, I think it helps you kind of grow as a writer as well. And I know a lot of authors on the island, they force themselves to launch every book, and some have even relaunched books just to they get themselves out there, and it helps their creative process, is the feedback that I've gotten.
I think so. It's true.
Yeah.
And even though I tend to be quite extroverted in other parts of my life, I still find with the book, with the writing, it makes you're just a little bit you hold back a little bit, which
right.
is too bad, because people want to read these books and want to have the information that we have.
That's right, absolutely.
Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I'm looking forward to my book launch.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate all the help that you've given and the library
Great.
has given to me.
Great. And you're going to have some posters for us soon?
Yes.
Okay, good.